Honestly, you guys and a lot of people in my town are going to see a lot of this shirt. Check it out. November 5th, FA, January 20th, FO. You voted for this. My guy at leftlaughs.com continues to bring it on these shirts. But check this out. I really got on here to say this. Donald Trump is a bitch. Like, this dude is nothing but a bitch. Remember a couple of years ago, Joe Biden was giving his State of the Union and Marjorie Taylor Greene yelled something at him. And guess what? He responded, they moved on. Years before that, a Supreme Court justice yelled something like "you lie" to Barack Obama. Barack Obama responded to it. They moved on. But Donald Trump, someone dared, Al Green, dared to yell, "You don't have a mandate to cut Social Security," or something like that. And Donald Trump had him kicked out. Make no mistake about it. This was planned. Donald Trump probably said to J.D. Vance and Mike Johnson, "What are we going to do if they start yelling things at me?" And Mike Johnson probably said, "Well, there's a rule that they have to keep decorum. And if they do that, we'll get them kicked out." Because when you watch this video, you'll see Donald Trump turned around to them to say something to them, probably saying, "You better get him kicked the hell out of here," because Donald Trump's feelings were hurt. His feelings were hurt because someone yelled. And also, when you watch this video, here's something else you're going to notice. Most of the disruption came from Republicans who were trying to yell over Al Green. They kicked Al Green out, but it was really the Republicans who were making all the noise, and that is because the entire thing was planned.
Small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House.
Okay, did you see that? Poor Donald turned around and he was telling J.D. Vance, "Get him out of here. He's ruining my speech." And so, of course, Mike Johnson capitulates and he gives this warning, right? And then after the warning, Al Green says something else and Republicans start making all the noise. And that's when Mike Johnson calls for the Sergeant at Arms to remove Al Green from the chambers.
And to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
And these bitch-ass immature Republicans are singing high school chants while he's being removed. And that just shows you just how soft Donald Trump is. I mean, the guy couldn't handle one person saying some things during his tacky-ass speech that was full of a bunch of lies. And then he starts talking about how there's nothing I can do or say to make the Democrats smile or clap for me. And there's just nothing I can do. It wouldn't even matter if I... And then he starts naming off a bunch of just arbitrary accomplishments that he can never accomplish, but they seem to be related to things he failed at during his first term.
And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's sad, all right. It's sad that you're up there crying and begging Democrats to accept you. Please, guys, just smile at me. Just clap. Please stand. I mean, how pathetic is that? And then he says, listen to this. He says, I could cure the most deadly disease. The guy who failed at the COVID response and is responsible for millions of deaths in America is talking about curing the most deadly disease? This dude is tone deaf. And then he talks about creating the best economy. Dude, the stock market, 1,300 points down in the last 2 days. You tweeted yourself, if the stock market drops 1,000 points in 2 days, the president should immediately be impeached. You tweeted that during the Biden administration. Here you are, 2 days, 1,300 point drop in the stock market. You should be impeached. Dude, how tone deaf are you? This guy has absolutely no self-awareness. And then he also says, I could, make crime go away to the most you've ever seen. Crime was up when Donald Trump was president the first time around. We can expect the same things the second time around. The only thing that disappoints me about this entire thing is that Democrats didn't have a plan to do what Al Green did every 2 minutes. I would have kept having people disrupt his speech and get kicked out. And then the next Democrat disrupts his speech and gets kicked out, and disrupts his speech and gets kicked out until his old ass was too tired to finish that pathetic speech. That's what I would have done. Or they should have all just gotten up and left. And he treated it the way the rest of us did, because I refused to watch it. I got all my Cliff Notes from ACYN on X. He's a part of the Midas Touch Network. Please follow him. He clips all of this up. He watches these things so we don't have to. I refuse to give him a rating for that crap, so I didn't watch it. And that's what everyone should have done. Democrats should have walked out. None of us should have tuned in at all, and we should have just ignored this crap. But I'm glad I was able to see that clip, because it just gives me the opportunity to talk about how soft Donald Trump is, how much of a bitch he is, and how much the people around him have all become yes men and yes women, and not one of them will say or do anything to stop this train wreck. Again, we fucked around on November 5th. We found out starting January 20th. Some of you voted for this. This is pathetic. Period. Hey, if you like my content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the merch at leftlaughs.com. As always, I appreciate you guys supporting my channel.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.